Want a cheap EV in Australia? Australia is lagging way behind the rest of the world when it comes to EV uptake. And it's not that people don't want to buy them, it's just that they can't buy them. They are either just too expensive or not available. We've got some choice of new EVs, but currently there's only 8 EVs under $60,000 compared to the United Kingdom's 26. And of those EVs that are available in Australia, you're going to have to wait till next year to take delivery for most of them, or join a lottery to be able to order one. I'm talking to you, Hyundai. Australia's uptake of EVs was only 2% last year. Norway, around 87%. Manufacturers such as Tesla, BYD, Polestar are bringing EVs into the country. Hyundai, Kia, Mercedes, they're trying, but not hard enough in my opinion. So what can be done to get more EVs and cheaper EVs into this country? One very simple thing: fuel emission standards. I've been saying this for a long time. There are currently just 2 countries in the OECD with no fuel efficiency standards. One of them's Russia. Guess which one's the other one? Yeah, Australia. So this has resulted in Australia becoming a bit of a dumping ground for inefficient vehicles. On average, our cars here are worse than those in America. Our previous federal government, yeah, I said federal, not federal, had a leader that famously or infamously said, EVs won't tow your boat, and they won't tow your caravan. EVs will ruin the weekend. And we all know that's complete and utter bullshit. VW has stated that ambitious fuel standards in Australia would have an almost immediate impact on the supply of EVs here. And it wouldn't just be VW. Other EV manufacturers would follow suit. Our new government has a climate change and energy minister, Chris Bowen, that actually drives an EV, a Tesla Model 3. And they are now talking about fuel emission standards. Hooray! Unfortunately, governments do what they've always done, and that is release a strategy paper for discussion and then take ages to implement anything. The current government will shortly release its national electric vehicle strategy, with its core being the need for fuel emission standards. And to quote them, we believe that it is now time to have an orderly and sensible discussion about whether vehicle fuel efficiency standards could help improve the supply of electric vehicles in the Australian market, to address the cost of living impact of inefficient cars, and to reduce emissions from transport sector. Begin rant. Forget this lunacy. I can give you an answer right now. Yes, bring in emission standards that will make EV manufacturers bring in more EVs, and they'll be cheaper. Let's stop all this government fuckery and just do it. Car makers such as VW have already stated this. Electric buses are the de facto standard in many countries and many cities around the world, but most states here have brought 1 or 2 for a trial. For fuck's sake! Look at many places that have electrified their fleet. Shenzhen in China comes to mind. You know, over 4,000 people die each year from lung and heart problems directly attributable to exhaust pipe fumes. That's in Australia alone, and that's a lot more than dying road crashes here in Australia. Just bring in the same standards as are in Europe and be done with it. Tell car companies and the dealer network to go whistle Dixie. Stop giving an absolute fortune, i.e. billions and billions and billions of dollars, back to the oil and gas industries. Stop new coal mines from going ahead. Stop new gas projects from going ahead. And there's one other thing that the government needs to stop doing, and that's to stop doing nothing and just get on with it. Phew, rant over. Hopefully, we'll start to get cheaper EVs into Australia in 2023. Our 2 cheapest at the moment are the BYD Atto 3 and the MG ZS EV, and both are coming in at under $50,000. By December, I'm hoping that the BYD Dolphin or Atto 2 will be available to order, and hopefully that will break the $40,000 barrier. Maybe 35, who knows? But we need even cheaper EVs. Once a company can get an EV here, around the 25 to 30,000 mark, they're going to break into the mainstream and EVs will be sold in large numbers. But who's it going to be? My guess is it will be BYD. They're really going great guns and making quite a lot of electric vehicles, and the pricing is not too shabby. If you actually look at the average cost of a vehicle sold in Australia, it's just over $40,000. So if you can bring in an EV in under that, things should go good. One last bit of good news for electric vehicles in Australia. Bank Australia has set a date to cease financing petrol and diesel cars alone. Yes, it's 2025, which isn't too bad. So this should help get more EVs on the road because they will not be financing the purchase of internal combustion engine cars. So all loan companies and banks should follow suit. What do you think will be the next cheap EV to come into Australia? Let me know in the comments below. As I said, I think it's going to be the Dolphin or Atto 2. That's always going to be a really good car. I think BYD do make reasonably priced electric vehicles, and here's hoping for a good future for them here in Australia. MG have got their ZS EV, but that's at around the $48,000, $49,000 mark. Getting a slightly smaller one in maybe will help. So let me know what you think. Thanks very much for watching my bit of a rant. Don't forget, you can click that like and subscribe button down here somewhere. It does help the algorithm, so that helps me. So please do go and click the like button and subscribe. See you all soon.